The festival is nigh!
But players are ready, and we are going to go ahead and start this match.
And here we go.
Shaka, center square.
Center square, warm face.
I'm feeling wet blades today.
I could see wet blades being the center square.
Exikes is the center square on this board. I also immediately see Godskin Apostle. In terms of the early squares, we do see Grafted Scion. Maybe someone can beat Ginger's record that he just set. The record is 1:02, a minute and 2 seconds. We also see the Red Wolf boss on the board. That'll be a very fast square, as well as Millicent Invader in the top right corner. Millicent Invader would be great too, because you can grab the Grace right after her and set yourself up for an early Exikes to claim that center square. We also see some squares, a lot of squares from last game actually, 2 tunnels, 4 Drake talismans, 2 misbegotten bosses, all fairly quick squares that can be done early. In terms of the late game though, this board is definitely not as late at all. The only real big late game, well, there's two big late game squares. We have Godskin Apostle in Divine Tower and 3 Remembrances. So those are kind of the late game plays. No capital on this board, I don't believe, unless I'm missing something.
This is a interesting board to me because Smithing 12 just had to collect 6 staves and set up Loretta seems like a good play, right? You have Red Wolf up in Liurnia as well, but Kaled to defeat Millicent Invader and Kaled, I think that's a strong start. Grafted Scion is on the board. I just don't really like the location of the square. I think you save that for Liurnia if you don't want to if Great Katana, there's no wieldable weapons. Why rush it?
Yeah, I don't think there's a good weapon for it, so we're not going to see Scion immediately.
No, but what I do see happening is Great Katana, Smithing 12 into, Loretta, of course, but...
Yeah, and both players choosing to start with the Great Katana. Also, one thing we've added this season is variable squares, and as a result, you're seeing a lot of variance on the boards. Because going through it, there's very few Altus squares. We have nothing on row 1. I guess you technically could Duelist, maybe 3 Death Root, right? But really nothing on row 1. Invade and defeat Magnus the Beastclaw. Sacred Flask +6 is a lot easier with Altus. Altus bosses, maybe Bellbearing Hunters, maybe Smithing 12. 3 Remembrances, I guess at the very, you kind of do need Altus to set up Radahn or at the very least Rykard, right? But overall, this is, compared to the last board, which was super Altus heavy, this is very much so Liurnia Limgrave Kaled.
Mm-hmm.
And both players are starting with the exact same class.
Yeah, you could essentially win this game majority with no Altus.
Oh, 100%. You really could. You really, really could.
I think we're gonna see a Millicent race, for the off the rip. Asym and Dino both go Millicent. I wonder if one of them does Torrentless Millicent. I could see Dino doing Torrentless.
It might
Millicent.
be a good shout on this board just because you get Millicent. Millicent sets up Exikes really well, right? Also, you get those early game runes online. I'm not sure how far off they are from wielding the Great Katana, but between the Lands Between rune and the runes that Millicent drops, you get about 10k. That should be more than enough to get your Great Katana online. I think prospects of a Torrentless Millicent are strong on this board.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Thank you for asking, Who's. I actually do hold the fastest Torrentless Millicent. It's 5 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, I heard you also invented that tech.
I did.
Yeah, he did. we thought he was a madman when he did it the first time, but it turned out he was a genius.
I think they should do it. I want to see a Torrentless Millicent. Do it for the culture.
I think this board could call for it. I really do. Normally you only see Torrentless Millicent if it's a center square, but in this case it's a corner. There's not a ton of other super early rush squares, especially in this situation where neither player has a weapon that they can wield right away. So the situation might call for Torrentless Millicent.
Well, see, that's the thing with Torrentless Millicent. You don't touch first touch. You just immediately.
If you're a
right.
crackhead, you don't do first step. Everyone else does.
You have the stranded graveyard side of grace. It's right there. Like, yeah, it's another elevator ride, sure, but it's okay to like skip first touch. NPT did that. NPT skipped first touch one time going towards that for that teleporter. So if NPT can do it, I can do it.
Last time I checked, the acronym for your name was TSS, not NPT. Or the abbreviate, whatever it is, the shortened version.
I'm just glad you didn't say Crucible number 20. So, but you know the acronym for your name is Crucible number 20, don't you? God.
Dino did grab that smithing one. It looks like he might already. There is a smithing route that the players have cooked up. It does require getting that smithing one there. It looks like Dino might just run that off rip.
You should not do that.
Well, because Dino's not setting up for Millicent. Not at all. Right? Like, if you're going Millicent, you don't go gate front.
You definitely don't go gate.
Plus 12 Great Katana is great. Or, upgraded Great Katana.
Both of them are just grabbing Torrent and then pivoting back to first touch and doing it the original way of doing Millicent.
Yeah, but by going gate front, you almost guarantee that you lose this race, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
If both players are doing the same thing.
Also, I know Dino doesn't have the best load times, and he is cognizant of that. It's unfortunate, but like it's a part of bingo, right? There's not enough money in this to provide everyone with equal machinery. So Dino might not be racing Millicent out of fear of, being like, because he's at a disadvantage due to slightly worse load times.
Oh, what is Asym doing, huh? Where's Asym going?
I never said Asym wasn't going Millicent.
What is Asym doing?
I never said Asym wasn't going Millicent. I was talking about Dino.
Yeah, that's fair. You were talking about Dino. That's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am disappointed in Asym for not doing Torrentless Millicent. I know it didn't require it in this particular match, but I do hope he dies once.
Hey. Fair enough.
There's
Shaka, who'd you bet on?
I didn't bet at all. Actually, no, I bet on Asym. I bet on Asym. I bet on Asym, okay?
Also, I think Dino's just saying, screw weapon checks. I'm just going for great. Like, it's not if you're going smithing right, you're going to lose time because it is slower. So just saying, screw it. I'm not doing weapon checks at all. And I'm going smithing route 100%. Not a bad call if you're just going to commit to it. And Great Katana is one of the best smithing weapons. You can very well just straight up commit to that.
I'll tell you what, our randomizer has a very weird way of just gifting you a weapon when you need it.
Mm-hmm. When you need a weapon, the randomizer answers.
Mm-hmm. The randomizer giveth, the randomizer taketh.
Yep. Well, Asym is closing in on Millicent here, so we'll go ahead and go full screen with him.
Good call. Hopefully he doesn't get rotted.
Dino does suck at Millicent, though.
I heard if you do it torrentless, you are immune to the rot. Just saying.
Yeah? Yeah, game?
So far looking good.
Very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Millicent there from Asym.
Yep, 6 minute.
Nice.
Millicent, a little slow, but still good.
Now it just depends on what he does now, because
all right, I'll stop the hating on
he could
it's
do
done
something
now.
like
The square's
two
been marked.
tunnels,
We can
which
move
would
on.
ruin my
Dino will probably take spinning
precipice.
12 if you
His
like full
forgotten
pushes this. The
bosses,
thing
Red Wolf
is, and
good.
why I do like smithing 12 is it sets you up for finish off the boss with explosive physics since you're getting Liurnia access faster. You're also getting set up for grafted scion faster. You're getting that great katana upgraded faster. I think you go +9. Honestly, if I were Dino, I would set it up and then I would just get it to +9 with the Hoarfrost Stomp and then kill grafted scion. Since I have a gray setup for him, I would actually I would I would go finish off the Scion with the explosive physic and then finish smithing 12.
We do see Meteoric Oreblade in round table.
Ooh, if you know you're behind on smithing 12, you don't even push it. That's the best play. Now, Great Katana or Meteoric, what do you do? If you're not doing smithing 12, I think you take Meteoric and you get to EG.
I mean, Great Katana is the dual status on Great Katana is just really hard to compete with, right? Because you get Hoarfrost Stomp, and you can get Frost and Bleed on that thing. I love Meteoric Oreblade, but part of the reasons why I like that the smithing route is a bit more difficult to set up is because, especially in bingo, smithing weapon, like a good smithing weapon is just better, right? You can get Frost and Bleed on that thing and good damage. There are some Sombers that can compete with like a +12 Starfist with Hoarfrost Stomp or a +12 Great Katana with Hoarfrost Stomp, but man, it's real difficult. Also, Asym or Dino here did say so. His opening play is going to be smithing +12, and he's looking at trying to do Makar for a tunnel precipice. He's a little worried about. He was a little worried about Asym pushing tunnels after this because he is set up for the Falling Star Beast. But that would be really good for Dino if he is able to get both smithing 12 and tunnels. He'd get not only 2 squares on the same row 4, but a square on both diagonals. So already he'd be shutting down both the diagonals as well as building his own threat on that row 4.
Makar with the physic needs to be done.
Car with the physic.
Yep.
It's
not impossible.
It's unstoppable. Makar with the physic, it's an unstoppable play.
It's
right?
not impossible, it's unstoppable. Shut up, Shura. Exactly.
It's Kim possible.
Mm-hmm. You think I'm lying? It's an easy boss to do.
Why would you do Makar when you could do Makar first and then something else with the physic?
2 squares better than 1 square.
You still get 2 squares. You don't.
True.
There's no Magmorn boss on the board. You need 2 tunnels or precipice.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Well, I mean, you get explosive physic and you get.
Well, yeah, but if you do
from
Makar and then you do explosive physic on the troll, that would also work.
Yeah.
But it's not as cool.
I definitely wouldn't do it myself. I would do Makar regularly with the +9 or a +12 Great Katana.
Mm-hmm.
If Dino does it, it's insane. I hope he doesn't do it.
And Asym is just committing to Dectus here, so he's going to get his Source Seal online, which will allow him to wield the Great Katana. But he still will need Int if he wants to use Meteoric. Meteoric, you could do like 1 fight without the Int on Meteoric, but realistically speaking, you need the Int. You're missing. It's not like Alabaster. You're missing a lot of damage without the Int. If you have a +4, you can make it work for like 1 or 2 fights before you get the requirement, but after that, you're just losing time and should go get the physic.
Yeah.
Especially with explosive physic on the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dino is having massive trouble locking onto these balloons.
It's not easy. Like, it really isn't. That's one thing that you should be able to do is have a reticle kind of pop up or like just a dot similar to like Rockstar games where you can just freehand your
well, it is if you have a bow. All right, so Asym does get his Great Katana online. I wonder what he decides to open with here. He might be doing a Greatsword check, or just pushing in, and then maybe just pushing into Liurnia.
Yeah, I think if you're Asym and
Nope,
you're
no Greatsword
behind on
check.
Smithing 12, yeah, go kill Red Wolf. I think you go kill Red Wolf right now.
Yeah, Red Wolf is very solid. Red Wolf is good.
This will be a fun match to see because we have Kill Apostle and Divine Tower of Kaled. So, you know, are we going to see his KD improve once more? Or will the players take away from it?
Plus 12 Great Katana might be the best possible weapon for that Apostle. Because
Absolutely.
you have a little bit of range, which is nice. You have good stance pressure. You're doing slash damage, which is weak too. You have bleed and you can have frost.
And additionally, the sprinting R2s and then dodging out tactic with the Great Katana is fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's just really good. Dino grabbed Bellum. I would have grabbed Bellum because +6 is on the board, right?
Well, there's also the Sacred Tear that's up there.
Yeah.
Perfect Flask.
Yep. He is just really trying to rush this +12 though.
You can tell he's doing it because he's seen other players do it, and obviously Nartok talks about it, Durf talks about it, right? He knows the route, but he also doesn't know the route because he doesn't do this play often. I'm just saying.
No, he definitely does. I mean, he definitely does know it. I just think
when's the last time you saw Dino mark smithing 12?
he does it a lot, actually.
I've never seen him mark it, and I watch all his games. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. We'll ask him after the game. How often do you do smithing 12?
All right, he needs to be careful here. He didn't grab the grace.
You don't need that grace.
Well, I'm just saying he can't die because if he does die, he's going to be reset all the way back to EG.
Yeah, he doesn't have Bellum grace either.
Yeah.
In that case, I hope, teach him a lesson, Rando.
Teach him a lesson. Okay.
Look,
Shaka's out for blood here today.
I'm just saying, this game loves to teach me lessons.
Shaka's preying on everyone's downfall.
I am not. Not. I just want to see Asym get an A win. That was dumb. I know.
That wasn't your best one.
Well, look, you take the M, you turn it upside down. What does that spell? Oh, it's a W. But anyways, you're still missing the N. I'm just gonna stop there. So here we go. We're getting ready to go fight the Makar.
And Asym does do a twin blade check. Potentially a peeler check there, looking at maybe 30 arcane. Doesn't get it.
Cheeky Asym. I'm gonna ask him about that. What was the twin blade check for?
I mean, we all know what it was for.
I know. I just thought Asym was Team Cheese. I had no idea he was.
I thought he was team. I didn't expect him to do that. I thought he was Team Cheese too. Dino, grab this grace. Oh my God. Dino, don't die.
Yes, Dino. No grace Dino. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Die.
Graceless Dino. Listen,
now I'm scared. This is the scarier part of Precipice.
No, it's not. Drop down to the left. This is the wrong route. You don't do this. This is bad, Dino. This is bad. This is why I'm telling you he doesn't know this route. You don't do that. It aggro's a bat and you risk getting hit here.
Yeah, the no safety. What scares me is this bat. The big bat up here. The one that sings.
This is the easiest part. Like, even getting poisoned is fine. Like, all you have to do is run around the backside, hug his back, and get to
Asym's running into problems here. He's trying to kill this demi-human queen for a staff and is putting up a fight. Okay, Asym does get it. Dino quit out. Ugh. Okay, he didn't die. Oh my God. that was very nerve-wracking.
What, for Dino?
Yeah, because look, if he dies there, he's screwed. He goes all the way back to EG.
Who dies there? Who dies there? Sorry, I meant whose dies there, because I don't die there. I don't die there. I don't know anybody that does die there. If you die in Altus Precipice, you shouldn't push it in the first place. Stay the hell out of the kitchen if you can't take the heat of the precipice.
You okay? Okay. All right, I think Dino's just missing a few threes. And then he will get any plus 12. Asym here looks like he's synergizing tunnels with misbegotten bosses. Going for the misbegotten and weeping. We also do have 4 weeping bosses on the board, so I like this play a lot here from Asym.
And don't get it
The
twisted,
thing is,
they
Asym
are
does not have a
crying.
weapon online. Dino is going to be way ahead on map progress, and very quickly he will get a plus 12 Great Katana online, and he should start shredding.
I'm gonna start a new gang. No Grace gang.
Okay. I can't wait for you to die in Precipice and then leave that gang immediately. Abandon the gang that you started. Yeah.
I don't die in Precipice.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Okay, I gotta be careful with this guy.
But I do a black knight.
I died to everything else.
Okay, here comes the misbegotten. Now, surprisingly, I think this is the only boss that has attacks that are more delayed than Margit.
This guy's attacks are so delayed.
Nice.
Okay, so I think Dino will be able to get smithing plus 12 here.
Yeah, he should be able to.
Does he have the money for it?
Dude,
No,
this shit's
it is not.
pricey.
Yep. He's gonna need to go. Yeah, yeah, he does. He has the gold.
All right, there's
runes.
plus 12. The problem is he can't wield it.
I love that my game freezes.
does he
every
need
time I
for
tap out
it?
to click the board.
His game freeze. He froze. It's okay. Dino's game just froze a little bit, but he's okay. He needs to go get Sword Seal.
But getting Source Seal is such a waste. When you already have Precipice set up.
What do you want to do?
Get runes?
Go kill Margit. Go kill Margit then. Go kill Margit. Go kill Godric.
All right.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Asym is going to go ahead and just finish off 2 tunnels here. He's going to take that away from Dino.
Because Dino is now headed, what, for the peeler check? No peeler check. Thank God. You know why? Because he's Team Cheese. Dino doesn't believe in the flame on.
Yep.
No, but I am curious to know where he's going at this moment in time. No, he is going. He has to be going for Sword Seal.
Yeah,
Why
he
did you
has
come
to.
here?
He needs the
I mean-
stats as well as there's a 7k rune there, so he will definitely be able to have the dex. Just such a big time loss, right? If you're already doing smithing route to then go to Faroth, right? Because he's already through Precipice, and now he's going to set up half of Dectus.
It sucks, but you have no choice. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. You have no choice.
I guess it isn't the worst on this board because you do progress yourself in Alta, in Lear, or in Caelid. Also, you get yourself closer to the Divine Tower Apostle, as well as
Really?
you can grab the Sacred Tear along the way from Church of the Plague, and you can set up Grail for later, right? You could kill Grail for 30 Arcane.
You know what's gonna be fun? Is Dino's gonna grab the Source Seal. Asym is gonna finish off for tunnels, right? And he's going, and then that's gonna force Dino into Physic, and he's gonna kill the Makar with the exploding Physic. Tell me I'm wrong.
Why would Dino be forced into Physic?
Because if you see tunnels get marked, 30 Arcane and Godric's Great Rune,
But
it's pretty easy.
there's
Oh,
you
wait,
see there's
wait,
a red
sorry,
and a
sorry.
blue square on column 4. It's okay, I did it last game.
I know. I told you that's Shaka's thing.
Yeah.
Dang it! It would have been so good. It would have been great.
He's forced into it though.
Yeah.
Honor bound.
Honor bound, yes. Loyalty to the
Man,
culture.
Weeping's really strong on this board too, because it also sets up Asym nicely for +6. He can go. He's gonna go tilt
down there too.
He's gonna kill Topes here for a staff.
And yes, it is pronounced Topes. Topes says it that way himself. Everybody, 07's in the chat for Topes. We'll see you later, buddy. Okay. Good luck in your next life. Topes.
Oops.
Buddy. Dino is just now making it up here to Ferrith.
That he is.
So, Dino just registered that there are staves and that going to Weeping was actually a big play.
Yeah.
Oh, Dino takes the Grace. You know, if you're part of the No Grace gang, you don't need the Ferrith Grace. To be honest.
Looks like Asym might now. I wonder if he's gonna run Smithing Route as well, or if he's going to go get Warblade online. It looks like it is gonna. It's gonna. We'll see if he buys the stones here.
I think he likes. I think he likes Great Katana for the range, so I could see him sticking with it. Plus, the double status is better than Meteoric.
Yeah. Also, you really don't need a +12 Great Katana. Like just the +4
+9
will,
is.
Yeah.
+9 it will carry you through everything. Yeah. Okay, he only bought the stave, so yeah, he is thinking Meteoric. He's not gonna do.
Also,
and at
crazy
this point in the game.
Crazy to see Dino go through Feroth and not pick up Dectus. He's just said, "Screw Dectus. I need the gold rune and the Source Seal."
Oh my god, do you know who's done that in the past too?
This guy?
I've done, yeah.
Guilty as charged?
Guilty as charged. And you know what? Rambler and Derp were like, there's a soundboard for it actually. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need Dectus. Like, there's no chance he's going up Dectus. There's literally zero need.
Dino is now headed towards the 7 and 8. I think he's gonna try and get a +15 Great Katana.
No, I don't.
No, sorry, that's Somber. The 7 and 8 are on the skull behind you.
Is he setting up Apostle? Is he trying to go for a column 2?
I think you go Apostle.
No.
Like, I think you just set it up.
Yeah, I mean, set it up is fine. You don't need to go for it now.
No, I mean, Dino's goated, but I don't think he's that goated. I do think Dino does Exix. I think that's a good play.
Yeah, Exix isn't bad. You also could set your... Oh, wait, this could be the play from Dino. He could be going for the Dragon Barrel Bell-Bearing Hunter into 30 Arcane.
How many runes does the Bell-Bearing Hunter drop you?
50k.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he drops a lot.
I don't really like... Well, the 30k is okay. I mean, you got Source Seal now. That'll give you at least 17, 18 health. So, Vigor. So, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be one shot by this Bell-Bearing Hunter, but...
No, well, he'll be one shot by everything for the rest of the game.
And he has 18 Vig with Source Seal. That should survive a lot of things. Also, he already has 13 Arcane, so he should be able to hit 50 or 30 after getting this 50k. He will need to sit here and level slightly into Dex. Also, the Arcane will not help the bleed on Great Katana. Arcane only helps bleed if you have Arcane scaling. So you would either need bleed or blood or occult affinity on it.
I had no idea that was the case. Oof, this guy is tanky.
Yeah, but dual status is going to do a lot of work.
It is.
That was me. That was me. That was all me.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
one tap, don't do two taps.
It was a bit of greed.
Yeah, it was a bit
That's
of
fine,
greed.
that's
The
okay. He will
R1s and
melt
the
quickly.
katana are just a little too slow.
I was gonna say I think I'd rather go with heavies and go ahead and get riposte.
I kind of think Leonine's a really good square right now.
Leonine is a good square. I was looking at it earlier.
Because that row one could get dicey for Dino, as well as the column 2 is really good for Dino if he was to win that square.
There we go. This guy is really tanky.
I did it again. I told
Dino,
myself
stop
one tap
greeting
and I
for
did
2
two.
R1s.
Dude.
Yeah. This is becoming a problem.
Yeah, this is reminiscent of Rambler. We
Fuck
gotta
am I
stop
doing?
this.
Yeah.
I like the play, but flip, dude. I mean, I get going for it again. Like, go for it one more time.
Yeah.
Because there are times where you're in a rush and you're trying to just see what you can greed, right? And at least he's dying early in the fight. It's not like late in the fight, so it's okay. It's just gonna be a long fight, and there's nothing you can do to speed it up.
Yeah, after the down slam, then you can do 2 R1s, but otherwise only 1.
Oh my god, that was so close.
You should be getting a bleed here pretty quickly. There it is.
Yeah.
Fat fucking bleed.
All right, he should lose the frost in a little bit, and he'll
You
get
can
another
jump
frost.
heavy this. Nice.
He should get a frost in the next couple of hits.
Another big stagger.
I think he'll get frost in the next couple of hits after this riposte.
Oh, I thought he rolled too early.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, same. Well done. There it is.
Nicely done by Dino there.
Let's go, Dino. GG's. God, that was a tense fight. You gotta enjoy
Yeah.
exercises.
Yeah, that fight is very like rhythmic. It's very. If you fight Bellbearing Hunters a lot, like they're easy to no hit in the sense of like there is a real rhythm to it, and it's easy to just replicate it. It just watching it is a lot scarier than actually doing it. I feel like.
It is always scarier than doing it. The worst one, like that has the delayed attacks, is when he's swinging his sword around with the red. Yeah. Yeah, because like you saw there, and we both kind of tensed up. Like it did look like he rolled it earlier, but it was just enough time.
All right, Dino kills Bernal there. He gets his armor too. He could put on that armor if he wants to.
Well, it's always easier to spawn the Bellbearing Hunter without Bernal there
Wait
because
on
you don't
this
have to do the
square.
dialogue with
Need to
Bernal.
do it.
See, Dino, you can read this one.
You really can't. He hits like a truck.
I know, he still does. And
All right, that's 2 Bellbearing
Bellbearing
Hunters for Dino.
I think you go Leonine Misbegotten here. That or Grafted Scion or Red Wolf. Like, I'm eyeballing Misbegotten, Red Wolf, or Scion. One of those three.
Yeah.
Well, now he's probably gonna get fucking X6.
Surprisingly, Dino hasn't gone 30 arcane yet. He has 60,000 runes. I think he's wondering if, well, if you spec into 30 arcane, you're foregoing vigor, you're foregoing any other weapon. So you better be sure you have the weapon you're going to play with for the rest of the game if you're going to spec into a, especially arcane for that matter. Because
Yep.
there's no,
And there's
like,
30 arcane.
yeah.
Did the one in Caleb.
Because you have sorcery only, incantation only that can be squares, but you don't have kill a boss with arcane type.
Yeah, so it's
builds,
now
you
a
know?
3-3. It's not a 3-3 game. I do like Asym's bingo threats a bit more between the diag and the row 1. That being said, Dino has a bit more map. He just has to kill Makar to get into
No, Dino goes
Altus.
Ezix. Dino needs to go kill Ezix right now.
He's going to Stormhill Shack.
Because the first thing that Asym can do right now is go kill Ezix.
Yeah, Exix is really
Which
good
is what
for
he's
Dino.
doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now. Is
Or for
Asym's gonna
Asym.
go kill. Asym's gonna go kill Ezix. Then he's gonna do talismans, and then Dino's gonna have to go to Apostle and Kaled early. So
Mhm.
the only thing Dino needs to do right now is do Drake talismans to take away the pressure of doing Kaled Apostle early.
And if I'm Asym, I'm totally happy pushing Dino into Apostle early because he just leveled 30 arcane. He's not going to have health. That fight is
my
really hard to
God.
no hit, right?
That's why I was like, 30 arcane doesn't feel right now.
Like he
if you're gonna
does
go
have a
for-
great weapon for it, but it's such a hard fight to no hit.
Meanwhile, Asym laying it down on Ezix. Ezix is actually surprisingly squishy and easy.
Yeah, he
Just
is.
saying.
He's a big scary dragon, but once you figure him out, he's really not too bad.
It's really the rot that'll catch you. That's the biggest thing about him.
1000%.
Everything else is easy.
Okay, Dino
Used to
did prep sleep pots for Apostle and Kaled. So that shouldn't be too bad now.
Now, unless Dino is full sending, I mean, I know his name rhymes with bingo, Dingo, D-I-N-G-O, and Dingo was his name-o, but I don't know Dino to bingo a lot. I see him more of a majority player.
He has to be very close to a stagger here. There it is. And a charge guard two. Oh no, he can't get the repose.
No, the head's on.
Oh,
the
he gets a
left.
huge bleed though.
Yeah, big.
One more shot. And there he goes. That's Exix. I think Dino might have been going for that.
He did do Exile.
He should have been a long time ago, like right after Bellbearing Hunters, before you spec'd into Arcane. You should have done Ezix. Now you
Yeah.
have to do Apostle and Kaled, or you better hope you beat him in Drake Talismans. I take
Yeah.
if Dino goes for Drake Talismans right now, he is not comfortable pushing Apostle right this second. But if he pushes Apostle Kaled right now, he doesn't care. He's like, I got this. Does the D in Dino stand for downfall? I don't know.
Yeah, so Dino's grabbing this Grace here. He probably should have pushed Exix immediately after the Kaled Bellbring Hunter before even finishing Bellbring Hunters, because now Asym is going to go Drakes. And they're racing on this.
Yeah, because Dino does not want to do the Kaled right now.
Well,
if
unless
possible.
he's either going Drakes or he's buying the he already picked up the sleep pot
Ooh.
recipe, so he
He did,
could
he
be
just-
getting the crafting
book.
kit and going Drakes right now.
Absolutely.
Or going Apostle right now.
Yeah, he does not need to go Drakes. If he gets sniped on Drakes, it's too much time, and now he's wasted time going towards any other square. Yeah, he's going Apostle.
This is going to be the earliest Apostle of the season, I think, but he kind of has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because your options... Yeah, he's like, your options are either try to race Asym on Drakes and just hope you win, or go Apostle. Like, those are your choices.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have been too far behind. There's a chance he could have won that race, but it wasn't looking good.
No, he should have done Drake Talismans earlier, or he should have pushed as Zykes.
Well, I liked that Bellbring, like the line between a good and bad play is so slim, right? I think the Bellbring Hunter play was good, but you can't die, right? Like the second you start dying, all of a sudden it's a bad play, right? Because it takes too long.
Oh god, Asym almost died from fall damage right there. You have to go to that lower rock when jumping down here to Rain Bear boss, otherwise you die. Yep. Dino needs to do this square as fast as possible to get back on track.
The thing is, so Dino does this, right? It probably then forces Asym into Leonine to block the column 2, but then that progresses his own line, right? Does Dino might have to go for Deathroot or Duelist? I think Asym ends up winning this exchange.
Well, it just depends on what Asym does immediately after Drake Talismans. Like, if you push Leonine now, I don't think you do Leonine now. I think you go ahead and set up Deathroot and Duelist and then do Leonine.
Well, I think he'll do Leonine the second he sees Apostle Mark, because Leonine's such a big square. I don't know if Asym could... If Dino gets Leonine...
the reason being, you're bingo thinking, that's fine, but here's the deal. I'll lose Leonine knowing I'll beat him at 5 bosses in Altus.
How do you know for sure, though? Because Dino has Altus.
When has Dalt... No, he doesn't. He hasn't beaten Makar yet.
Okay, he's at Makar.
Okay, is he in Liurnia or Altus? I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, Asym has both Dectus halves.
No. Has he been to Fort Height? I actually don't know.
I think he went already.
So this is gonna be the third Drake for Asym, and this also
one flask won't be the difference in the fight.
It's a mass. This is huge for Dino. He's pretty much dead if he gets hit. But he does have sleep pots, and this will be the earliest Apostle of the season. Also, if he does fail this, he's gonna have to go and get more sleep pots.
Asym has not been to Fort Height, and why is Asym going towards Apostle and Caleb? Oh, he went to Crystal Tunnel, but what are you doing over here, buddy? Oh, the last Celia, Drake. Okay, sleep pot, not bad damage. I mean, again, it is a plus 12 that he has.
No, I think this might be fully scripted with sleep pots as long as you don't fuck it up. He has enough damage.
More than enough damage. Oh, this is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful work. Oh my god, this is beautiful work.
Great RNG.
This is beautiful. Oh my god.
Nicely done,
What
Dino.
a fucking Apostle.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is right? You're playing fucking Dino, Asym. Did you forget?
Yeah, with that much damage and proper use of sleep pots, that fight is scripted. It's just very scary because if you fuck it up at all, you're gonna die.
Beautiful. If you forgot what his name is, it's D-I-N-G-O, and Dingo was his name. Oh, Dino does not play around. A 40-minute Apostle and Caleb. Give me Dino any day. Give me 2.
All right, so now Dino forces Asym into Leonine. Looks like Dino's already prepping the block. He's going for Duelist. Yeah, Dino sees this board right. You know, after Apostle, you know Asym's going Leonine. You have to respond with Duelist. Go now. The only thing is, Leonine does block all the bingos for Dino. Now,
Honestly, it's
Leonine
just-
is a good play. Leonine's an insane play. You get Leonine, 2 Misbegotten bosses, and a 4th and a 3rd boss in Weeping. Leonine was the best play for a while, actually. Asym should just go Leonine. I kind of miss the Misbegotten bosses in Weeping. Like, Leonine is actually such a good square. Asym's greeting it and going for Scion.
Nope, he needs to go Leonine. Misbegotten.
I just don't think you can let Leonine sit on the board. It's too good of a play.
The reason I like what's called Gratitude Scion right now is because it's gonna make Dino feel a lot better about his decision to do Duelist if he can get up this rock.
Yeah, well, he's doing this. Yep, that rock is kind of glitchy. You kind of just jump at it until you get it. There's a bit more finesse to it than I'm making it sound.
I know.
He's not doing the church skip because I don't think he has 3rd church. If you don't have 3rd church, this is faster. And a lot of people don't know the skip in the tunnel because it's kind of annoying. But it's very fast.
It only saves about 10-15 seconds, to be honest. But the worst part is if you die. You can't die. Oh.
Yeah, why is this scary?
Honestly, this Duelist is a bit scary.
All right, there's the Duelist dead.
There's one, the easy one. And what's good about this is it does set him up for Death Root, because he's going to be able to get 2 Death Root if he goes to the 2nd Catacomb with the first duel.
Oh my god, bro.
Excuse me, with the first Duelist.
This game is so stupid.
Because he can easily Spirit Spring right up to
Yeah.
Black Knife Catacomb and then also Summon
If
Water
I lose, it's
Village.
because I sat on Weeping too long.
Okay, so Dino's now going for the Black Knife Catacomb. This will get him a Death Root.
I think Dino's going to beat himself in the gut for not going Leonine Misbegotten after he sees Grafted Scion get marked. Because I think Dino could have won Leonine Misbegotten.
Asym's greeting this so goddamn hard. Dino could have won Scion. Or could have won Leonine, my apologies.
Well, it's Asym taking a bet that Dino's
That
the
grabbed the
actual
grace, surely.
goated player that he is, knowing that he's going to push Duelist or Death Root.
Yeah, Asym's in a really strong spot with this
Scion,
Weeping play.
eh? It's a good square for him to snag while I do other shit.
Yeah, Dino just said that. It's a good square to snag.
Because Asym's gonna be at 9 here in just a second. Like, immediately.
Yep. Yeah. And the rest of the squares are not. Wait. Dino's pivoting to Leonine now. Don't do this, Dino. Don't do this. Dino, this is...
Yeah,
I mean, I love what Asym did. We both saw it coming because we're watching it happen, but... Oh, no. I think even if I see that marked, I think you just accept the additional box and you get Duelist, you get Death Root. You're already working on him now. You got to get both those squares. Like, give him Leonine. He stole Gratisan. Tip a hat off to you.
He's also probably not thinking that Asym did Scaly as one of his tunnels, right? He was probably expecting it to be Falling Star Beast, because very rarely is Scaly one of the 2 tunnels. It can be done because it's easy.
I default to Scaly if I see Misbegottens, tunnels.
Yeah, I mean, Dino's made some plays, but I think, unfortunately, the Weeping synergy Dino just completely missed. And it might be too much.
See, you're probably wondering why is Dino grabbing Grace? As I'm making this run, I'm constantly thinking, dude, it's a good play. I'm going to stall as long as I can to see if he marks.
Well, he grabbed that Grace to set up Dairy Wheel as an Everjail.
There's that too, but it's like, you gotta see this coming.
Yeah, Asym not doing the skips. Asym's in a great spot here. It's such a good spot. I mean, the problem is he doesn't have Altus, but he doesn't need it, right? Dino, I think, overvalued. I think Dino just from Jump Street, overvalued Altus and undervalued Weeping.
Yeah. That's why I said the Smithing 12 route didn't make too much sense. I would have started with defeat Millicent Invader like Asym did.
Yeah.
And no Grace grabbing Asym.
Oh, this is going to be a really big snipe and a double
Yeah.
square.
It's not a snipe. Asym was working on it first. We need to go over definitions of a snipe.
Dino needs a Leonine death.
Asym needs to kill Dino. Asym needs to not kill this thing until Dino is up the elevator.
He can still warp out. It's not a tunnel. It's not a cave. Like, just for emotional damage.
Yes.
All right, there's Leonine. That's a double square.
Well done, Asym. GG.
Okay. Fuck me. You prepped it well.
Yeah, Dino knows he's in big trouble.
Yeah, if that was Radon, I'm McFucked. It's right.
Yeah. Just a misread of the board. It's crazy. Like, the margins are so slim. Just like a little, like he made a great play with that Apostle, but a board misread. That's what I was worried about with the Apostle, right? Because Apostle forces Asym into Leonine. Like,
Yeah.
you're basically just making your opponent do the best play.
Well, that's also why, I mean, like, you have to win Deathroot now, Duelist.
Yeah.
You have to win Red Wolf.
Yeah, and Asym is going to combo this.
Sacred Flask +6.
Well, not only that, but also an Everjail here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the greatest Weeping board of all time.
Is this his first ever Joel or second? I think it's his
First.
first. Yeah. Dino needs to be quick on the second Duelist, and then he needs to go into, if he can catch him on Evergoals, maybe try to beat him there.
He's down. We'll call it 4 squares after the Duelist, right?
Yeah, he's still.
And he
down
has no
first.
bingo threats.
Yeah, there's 4 Weeping.
He has no way to
gonna finish
dictate
off
what
Sacred
Asym
Flask
does next, other than snipes.
Yeah, and Asym also has a lead on Sacred Flask +6. He has a lead on Everjails.
Dude, fuck off. Just
Oh
micro
no,
stagger.
Dino.
You know, with my time. Why does it take so long?
The good news for Dino is he has a weapon and map advantage, and a lot of the squares that are left are easily snipeable because they're fairly isolated. But Dino's gonna need to do some soul reading here.
He was scared.
Man, I think we're gonna see back-to-back games where Leonine wins games. In the first one, because it was literally the last square, and second one because of the synergy.
Weeping play.
Yeah, the weeping play.
Leonine is just Mr. Wins games now.
He does win games. Leonine does win games. Oh,
Leonine, the not forgotten. You know what I mean?
this is the first time this has ever happened. The music playlist I have is like super long, The stream, I've been doing commentary for so long, the playlist ended.
No way.
Yeah. The playlist is
Oh my
like 7
God.
hours. Yeah, when I made it, I never anticipated doing 4 matches in a day. So.
And look at you now. All right, Asym going for Loretta. Not a bad play. I mean, at this point, all the squares are C square, get square. Like, there's really not a lot of synergistic squares other than Godric and Remembrances. I'm really surprised no one did Explosive Physic. I mean, there's no real reason to go over to the west side of Liurnia for the Explosive Physic, but still. It's an easy double square mark if you kill Loretta with it or something.
Mhm.
Or if you do the Evergoal behind Loretta with the Explosive Physic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Dino's going, or Asym's going Loretta right now.
I know he is. And he has an Evergoal behind her too. Meanwhile, Dino is going for Explosive Physic.
Yeah. Because Asym can just sit on Sacred Flask, right? Like, he's one Weeping. At this point, if Dino wants to go to Weeping to snipe Sacred Flask from you, fine, right? Whatever. At that point, it's not really worth it. So, yeah, he can just sit and go do other squares.
Yep.
Dino's going to be fighting the Erdtree Avatar here for the Physic. All right, there's the Avatar dead. Yeah, and Loretta's huge for Asym. So Loretta gets Asym to 10 because Loretta Everjail's Sacred Flask, and then he only needs one more.
Yep.
Also, really good pace from Asym here. He's going to be at 10 squares in well under an hour.
Incredible square pace by Asym.
Yeah. And he's just played it. Like, it hasn't been super flashy, but he's just played a really clean game, right?
Yeah.
Like, no mistakes, clean game.
Well, it's easy when you're doing
Yeah.
nothing but pick up squares. I'm kidding.
He's done 1 pickup square. Everything else has, well, he did 2 breaks.
All right, we're gonna be feeding Deathroot. Yeah, we just need squares for Dino right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to try to combo this with Explosive Physic, I think. Because he has to. Yeah, okay, he's going to blow up. We'll see. No, the Tibia flies in the air and dodges the Explosive Physic. He got Ramblered. It is just not Dino's day.
Let's see. I mean, you could go kill Red Wolf. Good luck. Red
Yeah.
Wolf jumps around a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's tough for Dino. Looks like Asym's now going to go for Sacred Flasks. I think for Dino, you have to push into Everjails.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. Is you need to find a place to disrespect Prio right now.
Yeah,
And
I think
Everjails.
Everjails is it.
I was thinking Sacred Flask earlier, but it's such a long square.
Yeah. That's too long of a square, and Dino hasn't even done that good of a job of picking up his sacred. Well, I guess he has 3, so he'd still have to go get the Frenzy Church, right?
No, just go to Altus. The Altus ones.
There's only 2. And one of
Plus
them's
the,
really far out of the way.
Plus the Frenzy Church one. Yeah, exactly. Why would you say Altus? Don't go to Altus, bro. Dino is doing the... I don't know. The Black Knife would have been faster. Did he already kill the Black Knife?
No, he needs 3, so he has to do 2 tibias and the Black Knife.
It is 3.
All right, there's
not 2.
plus 6 for Asym. That's 11 squares in under an hour.
Mm-hmm. Dino is just tanking everything. Is spamming R1 right now. I love it.
Alright.
He knows he's behind. You have to play.
All right, he does get the explosive physic.
Nice.
And now he can go... Well, he could go do
Deathroot.
Deathroot. He's going to go for Red Wolf here.
You got to go get Red Wolf because Asym hasn't marked it, so tells you
Yeah.
Asym isn't going for it. Asym will finish off Evergoals here. I think this is his third one.
No, this is second.
Oh, he didn't do the one after Loretta. Why didn't you?
He set it up, he just didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a quick fight.
All right, that's Evergel number 2. Now he's gonna go do a Don for number 3. Asym's gonna have almost 12 squares in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, the question is like, where do you finish? It's not super obvious what you do for the last square.
For the last square,
I think I like Godric. I think just going for Godric's Great Rune. If you get it, great. If you don't, through Remembrances.
yeah.
Either that
the
or
same
just
thing.
pushing. Either that or just pushing Altus.
I was gonna say Invader, Magnus.
Magnus,
Beastfall.
yeah.
Yeah. Those are the 2 I would do.
Whoops.
It's just this is gonna put him at 12, and once Dino sees this mark, like Dino has to go Godric, has to hit. I mean, he has Altus, right? He doesn't have to kill Makar to get Magnus, does. Meanwhile, Asym doesn't have Altus, so he'll have to do Erdtree Watchdogs or Through Remembrances.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going Red Wolf right now.
He is.
Come
It's
on,
crazy.
play
Asym's gonna
nice,
win this
play
game
nice,
just
play nice.
basically off a board read. Like
fucking
Asym had an
money.
incredible read of the board, and Dino just did not have that good of a read.
That's how
Oh,
I
he's
lost
such a
to
good
Tanner.
boy.
Exactly how I lost to Tanner, man. All right, Red Wolf dead.
Good boy.
All right, there's Red Wolf. But this will be Asym's final Evergel.
I don't know.
Yep. I think you go feed 3 Deathroot.
All right, Dino's
When
doing
he
Deathroot.
sees- When when Asym marks hover goals, Dino's gonna know that all the time he thought he was sniping him, it was really Asym was doing something completely different, and that never really feels good. You feel better about knowing you sniped him and not seeing a square mark versus like doing squares and then they're also still marking squares though.
All right, that's Everjails for Asym. All right, Dino gets the third death root.
Yeah, but now like after you feed this, do you snipe him on 3 remembrances, watchdogs? Like he just gets square. I mean, it's just pick a square and go for it.
Dino might be going watchdogs actually.
Well, he did pick up the crystal dart, so he has those.
Yeah, because he's not going to, like, he's gonna just sit on death root and hope that it's a snipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's hard here because now, like, if you're going to win the game, you will not be getting any more information from your opponent, right? Because the only time you get info from your opponent is when they mark a square.
And they win.
If Asym marks another square, he wins. So Dino is basically like playing blind from this point out. All the information that he could have gotten, he already has. Everything else is blind. Yeah, and Asym might just go for Magnus here.
It's not a bad play. He might just be setting it up.
Yeah, I mean, this might be the fastest 13 squares we see all season. Part of that's because Asym played really well, and the other part of that is obviously early board, right?
Early board? Where's the rush square?
I mean, there's no rush, right? Like, there wasn't necessarily, like, there was Millicent, right? It wasn't like a bunch of rush squares, but it was overall, right? Like,
it was late,
no need
early,
for, yeah.
Late, early, heavy mid game.
Yeah.
Sorry to clarify.
And those tend to be the fastest boards too, right? Because sometimes, like, if it's just a bunch of isolated early rush, like if you have a board with, like, I don't know, Treecent, Runebear, Millicent, you know, Torrent, Boss on Torrent, Agil, right? If all those squares are on the board, they're going to be split, right? Obviously, the other part of having really good square pace is not getting sniped and, like, dominating your opponent, and also being able to synergize squares together. If it's purely just the early rush squares on the board, it's really hard to do that. But yeah, Asym played great. The only thing I could critique is I didn't love sitting on Leonine, because he very well could have just lost the game on the spot, lost the game by greeting for Scion, but it worked out. So how can you fault him?
Yeah, well, I mean, you talk about like scatter shot squares or like squares that I think that was the right moment to greet. It was, you know, it's a fair line. It's a fine line between a great play and disaster.
Yeah.
That was actually real cheeky by Dino to go up there and tap the other watchdog to get it to stop aggroing the other one. I did not realize you could do that. And that's so smart.
That was very nicely done by Dino, but Asym just killed Vare. He's going for Magnus. And I don't think Asym will double prep here. He could, but I mean, you could double prep, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. When you're ahead by enough, right? When you're up 5 squares, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go for 1 square, see if we can get the hell out of here quickly. If I do get sniped, fine, I'll play principled and double prep. But like, when you're up this much, you can just send it on a square, I think.
I don't know, man. I think you still need to play it carefully.
mean, I'm not saying you abandon all caution, right? If you rush, I think you can afford to rush one square. If you get sniped on that square, then okay, play principal double prep. But you can send one.
No, Magnus.
Also,
should be
guys, this will be
easy.
the last match of today, but literally I'm gonna die. Literally the biggest day of bingo tomorrow. We have 5 games tomorrow. So games will start at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Game number 1 will be Wander versus Lorian. Game number 2 will be Chris versus Ratty. Game number 3 will be Helios versus Sirius. Game number 4 will be Moody versus Nexus. And game number 5 will be Snowy versus Andreas. We got 3 Golden Order games in the middle with 2 Crucible games at the beginning and in the end. Those Crucible games are really high stakes. Some of the top players in the Crucible fighting for playoff spots, so it should be a great day of bingo tomorrow. Dino does get Watchdogs.
I rolled.
Okay, Dino,
Okay.
Asym dies.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
No!
I don't think I'm gonna be contested here, but that still is annoying. to die to
When
that.
you kill Vare, you only get 1 bloody finger, right?
I definitely rolled.
No, you get 5.
Oh, you do get 5. Okay.
Yeah, you get 5. He's got plenty of chances.
All right. You get 5 attempts then.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to allow Dino to get another square, which, I mean, could matter for some very deep tiebreakers if it comes to that, but mostly for pride, right? Dino's going to kill Makar now to get into Altus. Like, he set up this play from the very start, but it just never ended up even mattering at all.
It's just the weeping play was way too strong
Yeah.
to even get an Altus. There's like, so that's the thing. You see Smithing 12 and you see Altus. You might consider doing the Smithing 12 to get to Makar, but
All right, and
On
that
board.
will do it. That is 13
GGs.
squares for Asym in 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 16 seconds. A hell of a game by him.
Fucking G, dude. Let's go. Big win.
Yeah. And that is a huge win for Asym in his playoff
man,
hopes.
What a match. What a match. I was fucking scared at the end there, to be honest.
Well, GG's to Asym. I gotta restart the other music too.
GG's.
All right, I'll pay out chat, and then we will go ahead and do the post-match interview.
Hell yeah, I got my corn.
My routing, I think this game was really good.
GG's, gentlemen. GG's.
GG's.
Well played.
Good shit. Thanks, Dino.
I mean, you both played really well. I think Asym just had a much better read on the board.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that weeping play was just incredibly strong.
Yeah, I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I
started
saw it
seeing
very
him
early.
more and more. Like halfway through my my plus 12 routing, I was like, wow, there's actually like nothing in Altus and everything in Weeping.
Yeah. When, like at the beginning of the game, I like to mark kind of squares you can do through Altus, and I only had 3 marked, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And then I immediately noticed that there was so many squares in Weeping and like things that lead into other squares in Weeping, and I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. If I don't go there early, I'm cooked.
I waited too long to take Leonine away from you. Like I got to Castle Morn as you went back and finished it.
Okay.
And then from then I think it spiraled. Because if I got rid of that, I think it alleviates a lot of tension, because then you don't know, like you don't know if I've got Sacred Tears, you don't know if I've got other Weeping bosses, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
right.
You also had a much better weapon and were better set up for Altus. Like you were sitting on Makar the entire game, right?
Yeah.
Because I think
I was my plan was after I got a late like +12 weapon, I was hoping to get like Makar's one of my tunnels and then the other Misbegotten as one, but he just took it away from me early, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
because
that's. Oh, go ahead.
well, Asym, I mean, I think you played. The only mistake I think was, I mean, it ended up working out for you with the Scion, right? But like sitting on Leonine, right? If you lose Leonine, that could have gotten really scary for you.
Yeah.
Because you'd be punching up against Dino, who has an Altus lead and a better weapon for Evergills and Altus bosses.
Yeah.
What did you end up using?
I was using Meteoric in Roundtable.
In Roundtable, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to do smithing route and like be competing with you on a smithing weapon that was less upgraded. I don't know. I just didn't feel like running around as much. Like I needed to get a weapon set up quick for my plan on this board, and I was lucky that it was there. And then, actually, right after I greeted some levels to get it online, you marked Arcane, and I was like, well, that's cool for me.
Yeah, I did the Dragon Barrel Bellboating Hunter to get to 50k to get to 30 Arcane.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, right when I saw it, I was like, if I don't see 30 Arcane in the next 30 seconds, then it wasn't Dragon Barrel. But if I do it, then it was.
Yeah, you played great. You played great, Asym. And I mean, Dino, like you did outside of the Bellbearing Hunter Dust, like you played a really execution-wise, you played great.
Dude,
I don't think anyone's...
see how fast the Great Katana melted the Apostle?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's beating that Apostle time this season if that was on the rush leaderboard. Yeah.
No additions to the KD probably either, right, Dino?
No, I did die to the Bellbearing Hunter a couple times just because I kept greeting R1s and getting swung at and getting one.
Oh, I meant Apostle.
Apostle, yeah, Apostle got fucking annihilated.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I saw it a bit late, but when you started threatening row 1, I was like, okay. I was like, well, like, Deathroot, goes well with like America's Third Church, which goes well with like Duelist, which goes well with like Explosive Physic, which goes well with stuff. I was like, dude, if he's like prepped all this while I was wasting time getting like +12, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But
I also think what also really hurt you was you kind of had to do Apostle to block the Diag, right? But by doing Apostle, you really forced him into Leonine, which was the best play.
Yeah. So I was thinking of sitting on Apostle because I had the grace there from doing whatever it's called, the Dragon Bearer. But I was like, you know what, killing Apostle, I don't have any vigor. It'll get me vigor. I can kill other things, and just get it out of the way now instead of like a nervous moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, was X-X a snipe? Because
I was heading towards it. I hadn't started the fight yet. I was like running in that direction.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was racing you to that.
If Dino didn't die to the Bellbearing Hunter, it could have been very, very close. But yeah, those two deaths really cost him X-X.
Damn.
Because
I wanted to X-X directly into Duelist, but
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Asym, you just played a really beautiful, clean game, right?
Yeah, you just played insanely clean.
Like it was not like there wasn't anything like crazy, but overall you just played really clean. The only death was to Magnus at the end, right? Yeah.
I died to Magnus.
Yeah, I died to Magnus.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I just think my routing this game and like my interpretation of the board is what kind of got me ahead in the mid game a lot, especially with the Leonine double mark into weeping bosses, which I only need one more for. And then that was an Everjail too, so it was just kind of like so much. Plus, one of my weeping bosses was Runebearer, which is a Drake talisman. So
it was too much in weeping. And like staves as well help. Like weeping helps a little bit with that.
Yeah, I grabbed after I got Great Katana online, I killed the demi-human for the staff, and then I did the tunnel, and then right when you marked smithing 12 is when I was going into the other tunnel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Shaka, do you have anything else for the boys before we get up on out of here?
No, other than Dino, best Caled apostle and Caled I'd ever seen. Well done, Asym, great board read.
Yeah,
GG's,
people just
guys.
need to learn to throw the first fucking sleep pot at the ground and not at him, so he doesn't dodge the first one, and then you're
You're
smooth
just lucky
sailing
that this
after
square.
that.
You're just lucky that this square doesn't say no sleep pots.
Yeah, I was there with like 13 vigor, so that would have been bad without it.
Oh, that would have been horrid to do without sleep pods.
Well,
Please become Elden Lord.